Hey everyone, how you doing? If you are new here, I'm Nicole Concilio and welcome to the video. I'm wearing a tube top. No, I'm not naked, okay? I know that's someone is gonna ask that in the comments. Someone. So, today's video, I wanted to do a kind of like quick, affordable, go back to school, get ready with me makeup tutorial. I know it's about that time of year now. It's early September. I think that's when I went back to school and everything as well too. Like back when I was in high school. College, I feel like I think I started college kind of late. It was like September-y as well. So yeah, I wanted to kind of do an affordable, everyday, back to school makeup vibe. And I have a lot of like very affordable products I'm going to be using. I have some drugstore products I'm going to be using as well. So I'm excited for this. And I guess let's just get started, shall we? Okay, so let's start with priming our face. I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Prep HD Bop 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 Primer. And this is a primer that has like a silicone base, so it is a very smoothing primer. So if you have areas that have dry patches, I would suggest not putting this on those areas. I'm just gonna rub it where my pores are the most like visible and all that jazz. So you want to let that seep in for about a minute or so, just so that it kind of like gets into your pores and everything like that. I'm going to be using the Colourpop foundation. This is the No Filter foundation. I am using the shade Medium 105. This may be a little bit like tan for me right off the bat, but I do have self-tanner on my whole body, so that's what we are going to be doing. So I'm going to put a couple of drops on the back of my hand. And then I have the Colourpop brush, and I kind of just like mix everything together on the back of my hand, pick it up with the brush, and tap it on with the brush. This brush from Colourpop really makes the foundation like very, very, very seamless and smooth. So I actually really like applying the foundation with this brush because it really just pushes it into the skin like beautifully. And then you can kind of brush it on. This is a very beautiful full coverage foundation, so you guys don't need a lot when you are applying it to your face or like when you're pumping it on the back of your hands. You really don't need a lot of it. It's very, very pretty. And I normally don't ever apply my makeup with like a brush, especially a flat brush like this, when it comes to foundation. So this brush is very, very good. And you always want to drag a little bit down your neck. You never know. You always want to have that even Steven vibe going on. And then what I am going to do is, this is just me, like you definitely don't have to do this. This is just like my OCD or whatever. I'm going to take a beauty blender and I'm going to just push the foundation a little bit further into the skin. I feel like beauty blenders really, really help with like if there's any brush strokes or streakiness. So I really just like, whenever I use any type of foundation brush, I always go over with a beauty blender just to kind of get rid of anything streaky going on or just blend it into the skin better. And I didn't do my brows first. I always do my brows first. I don't know why I skipped that, but I skipped it. So I think since I didn't do my brows first, I'm probably going to do them last just because I do tend to rest my hand on my face and I don't want to pick up any of that foundation. So I'm going to do everything first and then do my brows last, which is like really a different step for me and my channel. I normally never do that, but you know what? We're experimenting. So for me, whenever I was going to school, I had to wake up very, very early. Even in college, I always scheduled my classes early because I wanted to be done with the day early. I always like to go for a very, very bright under eye, and this is the shade Medium 24. It's also part of Colourpop's No Filter collection, and their concealer is actually really good. I recently tried it and ordered it, and I was very, very impressed. So I'm going to just apply it how I normally would apply concealer, but if you feel like this is too much for you, please feel free to add less. I'm just doing it the way that I like to do it. I always was and still am an early bird. I wish I could be one of those people that sleeping in for me is like 9 o'clock. Like, and then I actually stopped adding highlighter to my forehead. I don't know why, I just kind of stopped. And then I'm just adding it here as well. I just found, when I was applying it to my forehead, it was a little bit like cakey. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt like my forehead lines would crease a lot more. So I just completely stopped adding highlighter or concealer up there. And then to contour, I have a brand new Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. And this is in the color tan, I believe. Yes, tan. Depending on like how it looks with this foundation, it may be perfect or it may just be like a kind of bronziness to it. So I am gonna go ahead and blend out my concealer first into the skin. And you also wanna take your concealer and get it up on your eye. This is just gonna awaken your entire skin and it's gonna make you feel like very fresh and awake, especially for like school, because I don't know, I feel like I was never fully rested when I was in school and especially in college. And again, this may be a lot for like, you know, someone in middle school. Like I'm not expecting someone in middle school to do something like this. This is just kind of like tips and tricks of like what I would do if I was back in school type of vibe. And then I'm going to add some of that bronzerness to our face, the darker color. I'm gonna contour my nose. I wish I knew how to contour my nose back in high school. I feel like that would have changed my life. So the thing with this is that you have to work very fast with this concealer. So I'm gonna go in and start to blend right away. This is also why I didn't apply it with the concealer already on my face, because I knew that it's just a little bit more difficult to blend out if you let it sit on your face. So definitely take that into consideration. You want to be very, very quick when using the Instant Age Rewind concealer. I learned that out the hard way. And then I'm just going to blend out my nose now. I usually leave my nose last because I want the pigmentation of the contour to really be the most there. So I always try to blend that last. Okay, babes, and to set my face, I'm using the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder in Translucent. This is actually a really good setting powder. Like, I'm really glad I gave it that kind of like second chance, if you will, because it's actually really good. So I'm gonna apply it using my Morphe E48 brush. And something that I've been letting myself do a little bit more is letting my concealer sit and then adding powder. I don't know why, but it does make a really big difference. So I'm just going to dust that on and get the sides of my nose. And also, I like to bring the powder to my smile lines. I'm a very, very animated person. I'm like very talkative and expressive when I speak. So I kind of just get this whole area. Like I kind of make like this little triangle shape, if you will. And also get your eyelids. You don't want to have greasy, oily eyelids, ladies and gents. And then doing the same thing over here. The reason I'm adding a lot of powder to this look is because when I was in like high school and middle school and all that jazz, I had very, very, very oily skin, believe it or not. Like I think it was like a puberty thing, because right now, girl, I am a cactus. But you do want to add a lot of powder, and you want to add a good powder. So I definitely recommend investing in either the Colourpop powder, or I really like the Tarte Shape Tape powder. It's very good as well and doesn't have like talc and all that other crap ingredients in it. I'm going to now dust this all the way into my skin like so. And before we continue on with any of the face, now that everything is like powdered, I'm going to do my eyebrows because I just feel so weird without having any eyebrows on. And any like excess powder, I kind of just like rub all over the face, because why not, you know? And for eyebrows, I'm going to be using the Morphe Brushes Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Latte. This brow pencil is seriously changing the game in my book. Like, I don't know why more people aren't talking about it. It is so good. Like, it is really, really, really good. So I'm going to start just by brushing my brow hairs upward, and hopefully if you are in middle school or high school watching this tutorial, even college, even if you're a mom, like whatever it may be, like just know, like leave your eyebrows alone. When I was in high school, middle school, like I was plucking my brows, I was tweezing them, I was going to get them waxed like so thin. Just leave them be. I have to brush my brow hairs up now and give them more volume that way because I literally destroyed my eyebrows. I'm gonna start by going in and making very hair-like strokes in the front of my eyebrows and kind of continue that all the way down. I want to do a more like messy brow, if you will, because I feel like there's no need for a fierce brow in school, but like, I mean, unless if you want to do that, be my guest. But if I was back in school, there is no freaking way I would do that. I kind of just follow the natural shape of my brow and just kind of enhance it when I want to do more natural brows. Okay, now that our brows are done, I feel a little bit more like a human. And let's go ahead and use my favorite drugstore bronzer, the Butter Bronzer from Physician Formula. Girl, this bronzer, I cannot say enough good things about it. Going in with my Morphe G40 brush, and I am going to just start carving out my cheekbones like so. But this bronzer, oh my god, it's so good, and it smells amazing too. And I feel like just adding a little bit of that bronzer, a little bit of that contour, like, makes such a difference to the, like, symmetry of the face, if you will. Like, it kind of adds that definition. This brush is really good for, like, precision contouring as well. So if you are, like, a person that likes a more precise contour, this brush will be really good for you. And I'm just gonna bring this up onto the forehead. Oh, excuse me, I don't know what the hell that was. Get it on my neck. And then I'm going to contour the nose as well. And for me, the place I like to contour my nose the most is down here. Like, because I think the bridge of my nose is actually kind of cute. Like, I'm pretty happy with it. It's just more or less right here that I want to contour. So I usually just kind of focus on this area. And I almost put the nose contour on top of my nose, if that makes sense. And I like to close off my bottom of my nose like that, really just to minimize it. And then what I do, because this is obviously very harsh looking, is I'll take a brush, preferably the brush that we wiped away our translucent powder with, and I just like to blend it out this way by tapping, if that makes sense. And that makes such a huge ass difference. So blush is the only thing that I'm not going to do drugstore or affordable. I'm going to be using the Tarte blush, and the reason I'm throwing this in is because Tarte has the best blushes, and if you are going to splurge on a blush, you totally should splurge on a Tarte blush. This is the Fairy Flush, and I'm using my Morphe Y4. And I'm just going to add this to the cheeks. This is a really pretty nude blush. And I always like to add a little bit of blush like under my nose too. And if you feel like your nose contour is a little bit harsh still, you can always go in with a beauty blender and kind of smooth it out. And then it is time for our highlighter. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic, and if you can't tell, I really, really like this highlighter. I think it's beautiful and better than some of the higher end highlighters out there. So I'm taking my Morphe M510 brush to highlight, and I'm just going to start to highlight. Oh, so pretty. Cannot take it. And then I like to get the tip of my nose, like very intense, the tip of my nose. And then I'll just do a little swoop. Get our lips, our chin, and the forehead. And I feel like once you have that glow kind of going on, it's like you're pretty much set. All you got to do is pop on some mascara. And the mascara that I have been using lately, and I know that this is not quote unquote like affordable or like drugstore-y, but this is the NARS Climax mascara, and I feel like this mascara is so beautiful. That's why I really want to include it, because I do think that it's a very, very pretty mascara and it's not clumpy. So this will be something really easy to apply, especially if you're in a hurry. You don't have to be like, oh my god, my mascara looks like shit now, I gotta go in, redo it, whatever. This mascara is really easy to use and is clump free, and it just adds like so much volume. I feel like that is a very, very pretty lash. And then I'm just gonna get the bottom a little bit. I don't like to put too much mascara on the bottom lashes when I don't really have any eyeshadow on, because I feel like it just looks a little off. Okay, and then for a lipstick, I'm going in with the Colourpop Matte Lippy in Wild Nothing. I feel like this is a really pretty color and will look really pretty on a lot of skin tones. It's a little like dark, but I feel like it's really pretty for the fall. And then the last thing I want to include to you guys, and this is like not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, but I just wanted to include it because I feel like it's cool for like people that don't drink coffee, or like, you know, if your parents don't allow you to drink coffee or anything like that. I really like this thing called Mate. It's by Guayaki. I don't know if I'm like saying it right, but this gives me like so much energy. It's not an energy drink. It's not like having a Red Bull or anything like that, so it's not bad for you in that aspect. It's very, very organic, and there's only 15 calories per can for this one. This is the sparkling blackberry mint. It's so good. And like I said, this is not sponsored, okay? I did not get paid or whatever to do this. This wasn't even sent to me. Like, I literally go out and buy this mate by the dozen. It is so good, and it's just really good for like people that need energy or feel like low in the morning and need that kind of like pick me up. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. I hope that it was helpful for you guys in everything. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, especially since I'm sitting here and like explaining everything, but like I feel like I can get all of this done within like 15 minutes tops. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss videos from me, and I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!